Okay, we can update gaming news for the week of December 14th. I feel like we starting to become a little bit accustomed to how this goes. Y'all should get used to it. We don't need to waste time with an intro. Let's hop right into it. We're gonna cover news from December 14th until Saturday, I think December 20th, which I'm recording this late as hell. Y'all about to see this in like 1 in the morning. Anyway, the first things first, video game hardware and software sales were abysmal in November. That's not, I mean, as customers, see, these are the concerns of the people that are investing in the game. The people that don't play video games, the rich people that have ruined our industry with some of the shit that they're doing. All right, it's not my concern with who's gonna read this article and say, sure, let me go buy some games and hardware. Ain't nobody doing that shit. They see what's going on in the economy, bro. You got down right, hardware and software sales is down because they on some bullshit. Not only that, but there's unrealistic expectations of customer behavior that goes on in the holiday season of every year because they want to increase profits year over year, and they've gotten into a comfortable expectation that we're going to meet certain sales figures, and we ain't meeting them, bitch. We not. Y'all have to do stuff that make us go out and spend that kind of money. But what has happened is the industry has really gotten greedy and reduced to a small number of live service games in the grand scheme of things where people spend most of their money. And what it looks like is some of those games aren't doing as well as expected because people are not playing them as often as they normally do, which means that they're not spending the money in game that they normally do. So it's a culmination of that, as well as other things going on. You have, like I said, economy stuff, you have RAM prices. We're going to get into some of that just here in a second. But reportedly, Matt Piscatella said November 2025 was the worst video game console dollar sales on record since 2005. And we're going to go back and look at 2005. I have a tab for that because 2005 was a great year for video games as far as the game that came out. The games that came out. See, as customers, we look at the content of the games that come out. We're not concerning ourselves with sales. The only people that do that are people that don't play video games and they have podcasts. Anyway, the entire big three, obviously, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Xbox is reportedly down 70%. PlayStation 5 is down 40%. And the Switch 2 sales are down 10%. We don't give a rat's ass. We don't, especially with PlayStation reporting their best generation ever and all that kind of stuff. This is my problem with the industry, bros. It's like, 1 minute they report, no, this is the best ever, and then 1 minute it's like, okay, we're not doing so well. I know PlayStation didn't necessarily report this. This is courtesy of Hip Hop Wire, but still. All right. Because of tariffs and RAM shortages and other things like that, the Xbox Series X is going to cost you between $600 and $800. Y'all not understanding. It's that's a $200 range that you don't know what you're going to pay. If you ever went to like an expensive like steak restaurant or any restaurant like that with they have menus, bro, and you open up that goddamn menu and they don't even have prices next to some of the food because they're going to charge you what's going on in the market that day. So what it look like, you gonna walk in the motherfucking game store that day, it might be $630 for an Xbox Series X. You might wait 3 days, go back in that bitch, they gonna tell you $780. It's kind of like when you try and get an Uber and there's a lot of foot traffic, so more people using the app and that price go up right in your face. Or people that go in the sneaker stores, if you're in the sneaker stores, the consignment shops, fuck the consignment shops. Go in there, they don't have prices. You go up there, you say how much for these, he say, he guessing. They guessing with console prices in your face. PS5 Pro, the mid-gen refresh could possibly on some days be cheaper than the base Xbox Series X because of this. Xbox has had to do price increases as well as PlayStation, and it's going to keep going for whatever reason. Now, they want us to feel sorry when they have to do stuff because they have to increase prices, even though, well, at least on the hardware side, though, I will give them some credit. A lot of consoles are sold at very low profits or losses, and that's how it is. It's really software and in-game purchases that really, push sales or whatever. Since launching in June, the Nintendo Switch has not seen a price increase, but it did launch at $500. The Nintendo Switch 1 was $300. That's a $200 price increase. But it's still, even with all that, it's become the fastest selling console of all time. I bought one of these whole ass consoles. It's around here somewhere. And I never even opened the bitch. I don't even know where it is. I'm lying. I'm dead serious. Look at this. Did I show y'all this? This is in the look, Donkey Kong, bro. The Bonanza, it's in the plastic. Y'all want me to play this? I was about to play it for live stream though. I ain't on no series on that. You know what I mean? Games are not selling also. I don't like that. Call of Duty is like top 3 or 4 franchises ever for sales. When I see not selling and millions of games are sold, it bothers me. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. There's a couple tweets from people referencing 1995 and 2005. We're gonna look at both of those years. I just want to see what's out there. I'm gonna show y'all. Lowest hardware sales since 1995 at 1.6 million per. Okay, that's courtesy of the of Jeff Keighley there. Tony's super cool. He thinks there's a crash coming, and a crash should come. I think we need a industry reset to back to where, you know, PS3-ish. And the reason I say that is because that was kind of the boom of multiplayer games on console. You know, we didn't quite have crossplay and stuff yet, but that's when really, you know, Xbox 360 went crazy, and that's when multiplayers really took off and all that kind of stuff. But we still got medium-sized games. We got lots of games. What has happened is they're spending so much money on games and spending so much time on games that we're getting less games, and there's all these cancellations, these acquisitions. It's just a mess. It's a mess. Too many investors involved in our business, and it's really hurt what we receive on our end, which is why y'all boys need to start messing with the indie games, because they're the ones carrying this shit. You know what I'm saying? And the people, I know y'all tired of the Expedition 33 glaze, but y'all gonna get this glaze. You know what I mean? Hey, games like that is saving shit. All right, it's not Spider-Man with $400 million budgets and all that. Like, even though I love the game. Anyway, moving on. Let's look at. We're not moving on. We're still kind of talking about this. So here is 2005. Okay, they're not gonna. I don't care nothing about sales and all that stuff. 2005 was gorgeous, my boys. Look at it. Resident Evil 4. Shadow of the Colossus. This is courtesy of Glitchwave, so thousands of people have voted on these games, and they put Resident Evil 4 at the top of the list, which is impressive. This is just a year removed from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Come on, boy, they're not gonna tell me this shit. Devil May Cry 3, Kingdom Hearts 2. Come on, man. Splinter Cell. Psychonauts, Super Monkey Ball, Star Wars, Civ 4, Shin Megami Tensei, MVP Baseball, Sly, Ape Escape, Fear, Tekken, Mario Kart, Burnout Revenge, Midnight Club. Come on, bro. Don't bring up 2005 like it wasn't a good year. And I know they talk about sales, but in 2005, that was considered a good year sales-wise. We just gotten really, we've gotten outrageous with the expectations, bro. And I knew how bad it was when Tomb Raider sold millions of copies at the start of the PS4 and of the PS3 era, and was considered disappointing sales. The Warriors. Oh, get out my face. Call of Duty 2. Oh, get out my face. Let's look at 1995, because y'all know I'm old, bro. So I remember a lot of these games. Old head stand up, the Chrono Trigger, my boys. Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario. I don't know some of these. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I know a lot of these, but I don't know some of them. There's gonna be Mortal Kombat. Here it is, right here. I have no mouth and I must scream. What is? Anyway, there's not a lot of votes on these. I'm just saying, I know this isn't necessarily relevant to the article, but I kind of just wanted to see what was out there for those years. Anyway, let's talk about the RAM price increase. So I reported that the RAM prices was getting a little bit outrageous. It wasn't a little bit, it was getting outrageous as fuck, which means that on our end as the customers, because companies always pass off fees to us. Always. We don't need to have a conversation about tariffs. People don't really know that. Listen. You're always going to pay the difference. You're always going to pay the difference. They will pass the fees to us. I had work on my house done. The prices of brick and cement is outrageous. Dude, y'all have no idea. Anyway, all right, here we go. The situation has gotten significantly worse for RAM. What looked like a serious problem 5 weeks ago now appears to be the opening act of the worst memory shortage since the early 2000s, when there was a scandal, my boys. So they documented DDR5 6032 big kits, 32 gigabyte kits had jumped from 95 in mid 2025 to 184 by October. See, this might not really do it for you, but what will do it for you to get a full understanding of where we are, look at this right here, which I've highlighted it for y'all, man. Like the video, you know what I'm saying? Because I read shit, bitch. Excuse me. Some people just look at the headlines, they start talking. It really bothers me. It's easy to fall into that on social media. Anyway, I mean, for 64 gig DDR5 6000, it was $210 in May, a respectable, not terrible price, to $750 7 months later. 257 price increase for that, almost 300% increase for DDR5 5600 64 gig. Okay, let's go down to DDR4. This isn't much better either. I mean, from 180 to 470 is insane. And part of the problem is, you know why? Because y'all motherfuckers, yeah, you know, the AI stuff is not good, bro. I know y'all want to make y'all little memes of Martin Luther King wearing do-rags, gold teeth, and stealing slushies from movie theaters and shit. But while y'all doing that, y'all not realizing what it takes to run all these servers and all that. Not only is it bad for the environment, it's bad for the economy as well. It really is. And companies are electing to use that instead of us having access to that RAM. So you're now competing with giant corporations to get RAM because they want to use it for AI. Y'all playing? All right, and he expects this. Mr. Chin expects this to significantly worsen during quarters 1 and 2 of 2026. He's saying that the stockpiles are going to run dry, and it's going to get to a point where people that have bottomless pockets and are willing to pay anything are going to have a hard time getting RAM. Nasty business, bro. Nasty business. Anyway, let's move on. I thought this was funny as shit. Look at all 4 of these boys' face. Allegedly, there was a 1v1 at 2K 1v1 me league. You know, they were able to play, and it's like an esports, very competitive. But what we have, I told y'all, I'm gonna do CoffeeZilla got a video. I'm gonna do a reaction to, because y'all don't know how deep the gambling shit going. Y'all think the sports betting and all the stuff y'all doing harmless. Y'all don't realize, especially the young guys, that y'all are at the beginning of what's going to be a very sad place in the coming years for people, because now this gambling stuff, the addiction to gambling, is going to be one of the worst things that's ever happened to young people. I'm telling you, keep this shit up. Boys is gambling, man. Because the people, you can bet on players and esports and all that kind of stuff as well. But people are fixing games. They're betting on themselves. They're telling the homies, yo, bet this. And that's where it is, apparently, allegedly. See, they look like they was gambling. Especially Christopher here on the right side, all the way far, the 4th pick. He looked like he gambled right there. He looked like he got caught. Like when you're cheating on a test and a teacher come over, just ball up your paper right in your face. Look at his face. Nathan, William, and Mr. Man here. They've all been banned, and the league has been shut down. I remember the 2K league. The boys got caught over gambling, man. and I was watching Splashy on Twitch. Out the Splashy. He said he was feeding the whole hood. Y'all better stop. We got to a point, y'all don't even realize that you can bet on who lives and dies on TV shows. You can bet on what clothes people gonna wear. What the fuck is going on? Stop gambling, bruh. If you want to gamble on stuff that is in your control, you know, you play poker and stuff with other players at casinos, that's one thing. But y'all boys y'all playing a game where it's rigged. Moving on. Connect's Revenge. I don't know if y'all know, but there's a device that just released. It's like a little small console for about $200 or so. It's on sale for $200. It's usually $250. And it's selling very well. I think I might get one to make some content on, bro. Apparently, it outsold Xbox in the US. But see, I don't like this because it also outsold PlayStation for a week. So I'm gonna show you that. But it's called the Nex Playground. So anybody that really enjoyed the Kinect, which I was late to the Kinect, I was late to the Wii. I really enjoy those things. Super fun. So they came in third for hardware units sold last month. They outpaced the Series X for the month, but I think it was PlayStation further. I think they outpaced PlayStation and Xbox for a week. The Xbox has more dollar sales. We don't care about that. But it retails for $250 and it's on sale for $200 right now. And then once again referencing how bad sales were for hardware since 1995 on here. But here it is. This is what I was talking about. They also sold every PS5 and Xbox console bundle for a week last month in the US. It comes with 5 games pre-installed, and you can subscribe for $49 for 3 months or $89 for a year. I would take the $89 for a year if you could do it. They have like a play pass subscription because there's a whole bunch of games on there. So I might want to check this out. On the software side, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 was the best-selling game last month, but it's a double-digit percentage decrease compared to Black Ops 6. And then Battlefield 6 is the top-selling game for 2025 so far. But yeah, look into this. Maybe watch some YouTube videos to see if it's something you might want to get to if you missed the Connect. Connect obviously doesn't get supported anymore. They abandoned that game. So maybe we have something that could stick around for a while. And this might end up like Google Stadia, y'all favorite console, or the Ouya for those old enough to remember that bullshit. So I did tell you Black Ops 7, while it was the best-selling game of launch, Battlefield 6 is likely to beat Call of Duty Black Ops 7 as the best-selling game of 2025. I gotta be honest, but that's impressive. When you beat Call of Duty, that's for all the shit we talk about that whole ass game. I got a lot of hours on that. It's always going to be a win to compete with them, let alone beat them. Hogwarts Legacy got them in 2023. GTA 5 is going to get them. GTA 6 is going to get them next year. They got them in 2013. They're at a crossroads, I believe, because of this year and then having to face the juggernaut of GTA 6 next year. So even if the Call of Duty sells well, they're still going to have to deal with a lot of their player base playing GTA, and expect to see a lot of creators transition to GTA 6 permanently at that time. But I never thought I'd see the day where Battlefield would outsell COD, but that should show you that there's a combination of player fatigue and player disappointment. And this comes off the heels of a horrible Battlefield 2042, which a lot of people don't even want to talk about. This is how you turn your franchise around and get people to come back. Battlefield 6. They did their thing. All credit to them. But hey, this is interesting here. I wanted to highlight this. So Black Ops 7 debuted as the best-selling game of November and earned in the 7th best-selling game of the year already in just, less than 2 months. They're behind Battlefield 6, 2K26, and Monster Hunter Wilds at number 3. A lot of people wouldn't even know that how well and how big Monster Hunter is, but that's because they just are not informed. Borderlands 4 at number 4. And College Football 26 at number 5. What is this? So, wait, and then Madden at number 6. Look at these games. Look at these games. Interesting. That's impressive though. Moving on. I love this. Shout out to TBH. The influence, bruh. I think I showed this on stream. Understand the ball and gun. This is Okami, the official page of the Okami franchise. Somebody has said something about something that was going on at the Gaming Awards, and they replied with, "This is more to your liking. We got the ball and the gun." The movement is growing, bro. Because there's nothing wrong with the ball and gun shit. What is wrong is when they start having outlandish opinions about people who play games outside of that as if it's ridiculous. I see some wild stuff on TikTok. It might just be rage bait, but people really don't know. Some people really don't know any games outside of these two genres, and that's fine, but like they be talking crazy, bro. They tell you a lame for playing Expedition 33, for playing Pokemon, for playing Mario, for playing Zelda, for playing Dave the Diver, for playing, like, that's how they talk, bro. It's like it's Civil War. I'm joking, but like it's corny though. Like let it rock. But these people right here, to be as uninformed as these people usually are, they have a lot of opinions about what's going on. All right, yeah, I love it though. Shout out to TBH and the devs over here. So if y'all don't know what the ball and gun gamer is, once again, it's people who only play games where one or both of these are basically the mainstay of the game. You get you a gun, get you a ball, there you go. It doesn't have to be a basketball. It could be a soccer ball, football. It could be whatever ball you like. And get you a gun. All right, we all have these people. Some of us used to be that. We all had these friends and we had these people. I'm telling you, I got homies. I swear to God, bro. If it's not Madden and Call of Duty, you're not touching these games, bro. And they come in and they just like, yo, y'all playing some bullshit. Put that Madden on. Ugly as shit. On sad news, Perfect Dark was already canceled, but I found something interesting in this article and I just thought it was pertinent to tell y'all. Hey, where are my highlights? I highlighted something very important because he had said, where's that guy? Oh, here it is right here. I see, I know Perfect Dark got canceled, the reboot. If you're old enough to have played Perfect Dark, you know how dope it was. You know how dope Golden Now 7 was. Amazing game. I can afford to do a Perfect Dark playthrough in here. I just remember that game was harder than a bitch. Anyway, the whole studio project got canned. It was part of Xbox's thing, and one of the people working on the game revealed that he had other projects canned. He reports that he was working on a Splinter Cell, and Ubisoft canceled it for X Defiant. I told y'all, the fight to get a seat at the table of live service games and recurrent user spending is killing the games that we would get. Splinter Cell, it's been 11 goddamn years, bruh. And X Defiant, and that's what kills me, is that shit get canceled for games that eventually die like quickly. Like, oh, so y'all canceled Splinter Cell for X Defiant, Hyperscape, and Skull and Bones. PlayStation. I can't. There has to be. Like, I know that y'all had. I wonder if they tried to do Jack and Dexter. I wonder if they tried to do some of these other games. And they got canceled for Concord. I don't know, bro. Whatever. Moving on. Oh, and the reason I wanted to say this is very important. Okay, you guys, if you don't go out and buy these games, we're not going to get any. And then what's going to happen is people do this shit where they don't participate in the thing goes away, and then they're like, I miss it. No, you didn't miss it, bitch. You didn't go. Movie theaters. People weren't going to movie theaters. Theaters started closing. I miss movies. Bitch, you don't miss movies. You weren't in there. You have to support the hobby and the thing that you're in if you wanted to stick around, because if you don't do it, we just not going to get it. And why am I showing the Toys R Us image? Because I remember this. A few years ago, we was on a podcast, just sometime during the PS4 era. And it's like, this is like, I seen this image of Jeffrey from Toys R Us. All the shelves empty. He got his luggage. And it said, looks like everybody grew up. Nobody plays with toys anymore. He had a little thing. Like, I can't even read the whole thing because it's cut off. You know what I mean? Everybody, I miss Toys R Us. Hey, look, I like being at Toys R Us, but look, we couldn't afford the shit that's in there. Them toys was $80, $90 and all that stuff. So I would go in there and play the games, but I couldn't afford that. And I wasn't a Toys R Us shopper. So I don't like seeing childhood shit disappear. I'm the problem. So don't be the problem. Anyway, moving on. I know y'all don't want to hear about the Netflix deal. I don't either. I just want to keep y'all in the loop of what's going on. You remember Paramount tried to do a hostile takeover. They put a higher bid over the Netflix, Warner, HBO, Warner, Discovery, blah, blah, blah. So Warner Brothers has rejected Paramount's takeover, urging shareholders to approve the Netflix deal. I just want to read this one sentence. Warner Brothers' financial website confirmed that its board of directors had decided that Paramount's bid is not in the best interest of WBD and its shareholder and does not meet the criteria of superior proposal under the terms of WBD's merger agreement with Netflix announced on December 5th. Listen, I don't care about the statement and what the statement says. I care about what it doesn't say. I keep telling you, it's all about shareholders. It has nothing to do. It's not in the best interest of the fans, the intellectual properties. You know, they don't. It's not. It's. I'm telling you, everything that we do when it comes to this stuff is about shareholders. They don't care about you. We're defending these games to no end when y'all see bullshit going on. And the reason this is important is because Warner Brothers they publish games. We talked about it before. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. We're actually getting ready to wrap it up here. There's not much really coming out for like kind of the last 10 days of the year. There's a Layers of Fears the final masterpiece for the Switch 2, December 19th, which was yesterday. Adventure Reborn for the Switch from December 30th. There's a whole bunch of TBA games that don't have release dates that are not coming out this year, obviously. And I don't know why Game Informer does not have this, which is Alien Rogue Incursion. Came out on the 19th. I was looking at this. I may play this. I may not. I'm not sure. But it is in the Alien franchise. I know we play Alien Isolation on this channel, so it takes place between the films or something like that. But it came out on the 19th. PS5. Let me make sure I get you the right info. PS5, Windows, or PS5, PC, and MetaQuest 3. So it's VR playable, and it looks like, is this all VR? Anyway, regardless, we'll look more into it. It is VR. It's VR. You need PlayStation VR. I'm not buying it. Anyway, I'll let you guys. Let me know what y'all think of some of the things. And what are you most looking forward to getting for Christmas? I'll see y'all next week. Weekend Update Gaming. Y'all ugly as shit. Bye.